Hello YouTube, this is Frank, and this is December 20th, 2024, and this is my 91st video and 12th Libre Computer video and 6 out of 8 for the Libre Computer Tritium. I'm setting up an MTP time server with the GPS receiver, and this is 6 out of 8 and data analysis 2. I'm going to move my board down and I'll show you what I got. Let's see. I'm going to move my board down. Let's see. Disclosure: I have no financial, employment, personal, or family relationship with any brand or product. I purchase products that appear in my videos with my money. I'm retired. I put her around. AI was not used in this video. This is the 6th out of 8. Find the fudge time for GPS receiver. Let me show you quickly what we're talking about, because if you don't want to watch the video, let me show you what this is about. There's the observed offset from the GPS receiver, and that's an offset. The fudge thing to bring it up there to 0. And that's what this video is about. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention in case we're not interested. So that's what this video is. Hurricane Helene, it crashed a time server that I had built in 2019, and now that I have time to putter around with computers. There's Helene. It went through Georgia and Florida and up that area. It crashed my server. So I replaced that time server with the Libre Computer Renegade. And since I'm retired and I could putter around, I made several more time servers to put around with. This number 4 is the one that we're looking at in this video series. In December, I added 3 more time servers to look at. So I've got kind of the one inexpensive $15 GPS receiver. Hey, let me show you. That's kind of, well, they're the little mouse type things. That's what they are. And I've got 3 $20 receivers. These are that's that $20 receiver. And then I've got 2 $30 receivers, and those are U-Box 8. I kind of wanted to see what maybe a little bit newer chip was how they performed. And that's the chip that it's got in there, U-Box M8030. See the U-Box website. Now this is the data video, and I just kind of want to bring this to your attention. If you want to look at data, they've got an 8-day window, and data older than 8 days is scrolled off. So now I wrote a cron job to save my data files. So I just want to bring that to your attention. If you want to look at data more than 8 days, you have to be prepared to do something. Let me show you. Now this is not a pulse per second video with microsecond accuracy. Just a few tens of milliseconds of accuracy is okay for my purpose. And so let me show you what this computer, I've got let's see. Yeah, see this computer right here that I'm working with? It's 0.6 of a second off NIST time. So and there's tens of millions of these Microsoft Windows PCs that are off approximately in that order of magnitude, less than a second, but they're certainly not close to. I mean, milliseconds close to NIST time. And I do have a publication here for NIST. If I go to page 38, and this is the summary for stock market synchronization requirements. And in the U.S., they're showing 50 milliseconds, 1 millisecond for granularity, and 1 second for manual orders. And these are some other countries, and there's 20 milliseconds for Australia. So that's, that's if I can get it within that time there, that will be fine. And this is that spreadsheet. Let me show you this right here. If we, if I don't calibrate the GPS receiver at all, it's kind of close to the 50 millisecond requirements that they had, and then certainly if I adjust that receiver, it'll be fine for my purpose. I'm not trading any stocks, but I'm just saying this. It'll be really, it will be nice. Let's see now. And I set this Tritium up about 2 weeks ago. This Friday, 2 weeks ago. And what we want to do, we'll have a Tritium with a GPS receiver, and I installed the NTP time server on it. And right now we're connected to the internet for setup. And when we get everything set up, we'll plug it into our router. And our router, it'll have it's an isolated router, and it'll have several devices on it. And that's where the direction we're going right here. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. Now, if you want to look at data more than 8 days old, you gotta do something. I wrote a cron job to save my data. So this is the summary. Let me tell you what the summary is. You may not want to watch the rest of the video. And the idea is to create a graph of the Tritium offset in a spreadsheet. And we do not need NTP viz for this. Let me just show you. There's that spreadsheet I'm talking about. We'll build this spreadsheet in the details. And we'll calculate the statistics manually. NTP viz, it does not correctly calculate skewness and kurtosis, and I did contact those people, and I believe they fixed the calculations. But the spreadsheets, they have those descriptive statistics, and we really don't need that. Well, I don't. I guess some people may. So what we do is just make a directory on the Tritium, copy those stats, zcat the data into one file, and then filter the data for our shared memory observations. Then on the PC, we'll copy those observations to the PC, open up a spreadsheet, and do the data statistics, create a graph, and create a cell for an absolute offset, and add a column for the fudge. Just for your for people that don't want to watch the details. See, I've got an offset right here. Let me show you that. I've got an offset right here, and I've got it an absolute adjustment on this on the offset, and let me show you what I'm talking about right there. If you you want to change that offset to something else, say 4. It takes just a minute for this graph to come up here. Yeah, see, it changes your offset right there, and you can change that. And the reason I did this is because you may want to try the median or the mean or some other value. So that's kind of the goal that what I'm going for right here. All right, now that's the end of the summary. Now I'll just talk about the details on how to do this, if you're interested. Let me pause this for just a sec. All right, let's see. We want to. I'm just kind of bringing this up to your attention again. That they do have an 8-day data window that scrolls off that Tritium data set in there now. So what we'll do is go over to the Tritium and make a directory for our data. And I think I've got a window down here. And we'll go to the Tritium. I believe it's Secure Shell Batman at 192.168. 1.18. Let's see if I remember his password. I don't think it did. There we go. It didn't. So this is the Tritium that we've got here, and let me just list the directories. I think it's only got one directory there, and I want to create a directory for my shared memory data there. So it's make directory, shared memory data. You can call it any directory that you want to, and change over there to that directory. Oops. And let's see where we're at. So we got our data, and there's the peer stats data file. That's what we're looking at right here. If we go over there to let me get over there to our Tritium again, and if we list the var log ntp, those are the data files over there in that directory. And see, if you kind of look over here at the peer stats, there's 8 files right there for the peer stats, the compressed peer stats files. See right there now, and you only got 8 of them there, and so they scroll off. And next day, tomorrow, that 12 is going to scroll off. So I wanted to bring that to your attention if you want to have keep a longer record, and which I do, of your data. Now we got our thing, and you can copy those files over there. I normally do. You can zcat them in place, or you can copy them. Now I copy my files in case I mess up. I want to go back and try to erase everything and try again. So it's copied, preserve the time and date, and that was var log log ntp secure peer stats asterisk dot g zip, and I want to copy them to this directory. That's what that dot is right there. And if we do the ls, I'll do a ls long, Yeah, see, like December the 12th, and tomorrow that file there is going to scroll off our data directory. So I would suggest writing a cron job to save your data files if you're interested in saving your, looking at a long-term period. Let me get back to my notes right here. And then I want to just create a file with all of the stats in there, the peer stats. So that's what that is. That's what that's doing. It's with zcat peer stats. Let me just do everything here. GZL. Now, let me just show you this right here before I do anything. What that's doing is unzipping all these files right here. You'll see them kind of zip by there. And the shared memory model, that's what we're really looking at for. Now, if I want to direct the output into a file, and I think they call it pstats, all, and that puts all of our stats in a file. There's that file right there we just created, and I want to kind of filter that file for these shared memory for our the GPS receiver, and that's what this is doing right here. It's grip and I is the ignore, SHM, oops, it's HM, peer pstats, all, and pstats, SHM text. You can call it anything you want to, but I'm just calling it SHM text right there. And there's our file we just created right there. Let me get back to my notes. Yeah, so we got our shared memory file filtered right here. And on the PC, we want to create our bring up our spreadsheet. Now I will be pausing the video some for these LibreOffice commands. That's kind of slow on this PC, so kind of to save time, I'll be pausing the video. So we need to copy that file we just created over here to the PC. So let me get over here to the, and to get out of this, I'm pressing Control D to get out of this right here. And now I'm back on the PC. See, I'm logged out, and now I'm back on the PC. Let me just, oops. There's our, that's my directory, my video directory. And let's call that secure copy. And I'm going to preserve the time and date from Batman. That's our user ID over there on the Tritium, 168.1.18. And I believe that was, if I can remember, that was SHM data, pstats, SHM text, and I want to copy it here to this directory that I'm in. That's what that dot is doing. Oops, I spelled something wrong. I probably spelled it wrong. Let me hold on just a minute. Let me pause the video and see what I did. I use the preserve option right there. So I think let me see if I can delete, or let me just call this. Let me call this another name right here. That's what I ought to do. Dstats 91 for oops, HEM. And there it goes. Yeah, that I use that preserve option right there. So I try not to overwrite the files that I've got. So I've done this before, and so I need to keep my keep from overriding something I've already looked at here. So let me now we've got our data file over here. So let's open our spreadsheet, LibreOffice, and Calc. And let me get over here to my notes. Yeah, we'll just, there's our spreadsheet. We'll open our LibreOffice and import our data. Let's see, I believe it's this one. And open. And I believe I called it PureStats 91. Yes, that one is that when I was setting up my video, I already had a file with that name. So this is what we're loading in. Space. And I'll go down to the bottom. And let's, in my notes, I had to do the summary statistics right here, data statistics, and that's what we're doing right here. Oops. Yeah, this one. And it's data, statistics, and descriptive statistics, and we'll just column E is what we're interested in. Oops, let me see here now if I can select that column. Oops, I got to go to the top. And select it. Now I got to go back to the bottom. And I'll put the results over here. And there's our descriptive statistics. Now, what I want to do next is try to create a graph. Let me get back to my notes. We're going to create a graph, and I want one column K to have the time, and then the offsets for column L. And let me show you what we're doing here. Column K is the day. Let's see, what's that? That's the day plus the seconds, our seconds, divided by that 24 times 60 times 60. I type that right. Okay, there's our X's, and let's copy and paste. Our offset, that's column E, is what we're interested in, and I will select that column and copy. Let's see now, oops, where am I at here? Let me go to the top here, and I'm going to paste special right there. Paste special number. And let's see if we can insert a graph. I'm going to select that column K&L. That's going to be our X, and that's the our Y is going to be column L. And let's insert a graph, a chart. XY. And I believe everything is good right here. Finish. Now I'm going to pause the video right here. I'm going to set up the graph. I'll just move it down and kind of set up the graph the way I want to. Let me pause this while I do that. All right, I've got my graph adjusted. I made the dots a little bit smaller, and I moved my graph down and kind of widened it out a little bit. And now I'll go over here. Let me just show you where we're at in my notes right here, in case anybody is following along. We got our graphs. Now we want to create an absolute cell for that fudge time. So we'll create our fudge cell, and I'll just put it over here. That's the column M is what I'm looking at right there. That's the cell that we'll use for our fudge. Let me call that our fudge time. And this is what we'll be using. Now, you may want to use the median or the mean or some other fudge there, and that's what this is for right here. So I'll just copy the median. The median is a copy, and we'll paste that as a paste it special as a number. And this is what I will use for the fudge. Now, you have to change the sign of that fudge offset. Well, you don't have to, but I do, to make it the same, consistent as NTP, the NTP time server. And so let's just change the sign. See, that's a negative right there. Let's make that take the negative sign off of there. And I'll go up to M, and this is what I'm talking about right here. The offset plus our fudge, and I'll be pressing F4 to make that absolute. Equal to our offset. See that L? That's our offset, and our plus the fudge time. And right here, I'll be pressing F4. See, watch this right here. F4. It makes that absolute. It puts those dollar signs in there to make it an absolute reference. And let's see here now. Copy. and paste. Okay, and there's our fudge factor. And we need to add this to our chart. And what I'll do, I'll pause the video right here and set my chart up. All right, so I've got my chart selected, and what I want to do is add that column in into my chart. And let's see if I can select the data ranges, add, and I want to do, let's just copy the X values from L, copy, go back to our series here, and paste. And for our Y values, I'm going to paste. Now I'm going to change the K to M, and I will want to pause the video while I do that. All right, I've got my Y values set and OK. And here's our fudge for the offset for our receiver here. Now I will pause the video and kind of set up the my series, and I'll set up the graph. But kind of notice there, I'm going to set our the y-axis to -1 and -0.1 and about 0.04. So I'll pause the video while I do that. All right, I've got my my limits for my y-axis, -0.1 and a 0.04, and OK. And it'll take just a minute to update that graph. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Now I'm going to go over here to my offset, because we're pretty much done with our graph here. And now if we want to change our that fudge right there, and just kind of see what our effect is, it's very simple. Now, if I wanted to change that to the mean instead of the median, I can see what the effect that would be. Let's say 5, 6, 6, 2, 8, 8. I'm going to pause the video while I do this. It takes a minute to update. All right, I've got my update now. If I wanted to make any other changes, I can to kind of show you what I'm talking about here. I can make it 0.4. Well, let's just make it a 0.3 to make it a little more obvious. If I wanted to move that fudge up or down a little bit here, so there it is right there with the 0.3, and that's what this video is. I think that's what I wanted to show in this video was there's our observed and then our fudge. And you can play around with it if you have an offset here. You can play around with your offset and see where you want to put that fudge. Let me get back to my notes. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, that's the end of this video. This was what I wanted to show you. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Merry Christmas.